Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Saturday training. Hello, my name is Danny Storie, aka Coach Storie, and I am coming to you from the beautiful city of Asheboro, North Carolina, where at the current time of recording of this video, it is cold. I just want you to kind of sit back today and maybe grab a pen and paper and take a few notes. And I hope by the end of this training, I can kind of wrap all this up and put it into a nice little bubble for you. So don't let the beginning of my training get you any way or any shape confused, because today I simply want to talk to you about a concept and make sure that you understand the difference between the two and how it might relate to whatever it is that you're currently doing in your life. You know, a little bit about my background. I am a retired veteran from the United States Army. I've been in the direct selling or the home-based business industry for over 30 plus years. I've owned a couple of traditional businesses myself, but I will tell you that the training that I received as a recruiter for the United States Army has really been valuable to me throughout everything I've done in my life since time. Why? Because it's really taught me the concept of connection with other people. So today, just kind of, like I said, take a few notes and sit back, relax, nothing major, but just want to make sure you get the understanding between the two. So we're going to go ahead and start out with the difference between, when you look at the difference between, let me see if I can minimize this for me. Yeah. The difference between selling and marketing. So look, I'm not going to try to read it word for you, because you can read it yourself. But really, when you think about the word selling, you know, some people, I had a friend tell me the other day, man, I can't sell. I hate sales. And I'm sure you've either thought that way yourself, or someone has said that to you in the past. But I want you to stop and think for just a moment about sales. My friends, if you've ever had a job, if you've ever went on a date and either had a significant other, or really about anything you do in life, whether you understand it or not, you're selling. Why? Because if you're a negative person, if you're putting things down, if you're pushing people away, the chances is real good, one, you're probably not going to close the sale. You're not going to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, which could end up being a significant other. You're not going to get a job at some place, because they're not going to want to hire you. So we're always selling. You know, and I want to make sure that you understand throughout this training that, you know, not everyone is going to want to buy what you're selling. And you should not want to convince someone to try to buy what you're selling. You need to make sure that you're able to share what you have and the value of what you have, and don't try to tear down someone else's bridge to make yours bigger and better. I promise you, if you'll focus your time today on learning your market, learning your products, and don't worry and don't waste 1 second on someone else's, you'll be very successful in life. As an Army recruiter, my biggest competitors was the Navy, the Air Force, and the Marines. So guess what? My job was not to tear down my brothers and sisters that wore the uniform of pride like I did. My job was to build the value of being in the United States Army and what it's truly like. And I used to always end my presentations with my young men and women that maybe the Army isn't for you. And you would see their face like, wait a minute, now I didn't say I didn't want to join the Army. Sometimes you have to kind of make sure you know what you're selling, be excited and proud about what you're selling, but also be willing to take it away. And so selling is an action which converts a product into what? Cash. So if a company has a product or service, they're trying to get that product sold to the end user. Why? Because it creates cash. Now, if you're in any form of marketing, you probably understand this, that every business in the world is into selling a product or service. The only difference between them and you, if you're in the direct marketing arena, is they've cut out a lot of the middleman. If you go to Walmart, someone created a product. Walmart has done a good enough job to attract you to their location so they can do what? Sell you a product. Marketing really consists of all the activities associated with product planning, pricing, promoting, and distribution of products. So if you think of a company Maybe you represent a company today. If you think about that company, guess what? Someone in that company had to really come up with a great concept, how to brand their product, how to promote their product, how to build a great website, how to get videos. Why? Because their job is to market that product, create a brand with that product, and throughout doing that process, they really have to determine now to you which is better, sales or marketing. Sales and marketing both reside in different departments in most organizations. When you really think about it, you can be in the sales on the floor, and I hate to keep using the word Walmart and brand them and say I'm doing a good job for Walmart and they're not paying me a dime. But you could be in the floor selling their merchandise, or you could be part of the marketing team that actually improves getting that product known. And I can tell you pretty much about anybody in the world. If you say the word Walmart, they're going to know who you're speaking of. And so if you represent a product and service, one thing you really need to focus on is how do you brand yourself? See, I brand Danny Storie, Coach Storie. I brand me. Why? I want people to understand who I am. And by doing so, it gives me that ability to create a following so I can do what? Promote and brand the product or service that I'm representing. And I've been able to do that over the period of the last 30 plus years. Now, is marketing all about buying and selling? You really could say yes, and you probably could say no. The goal in marketing is to make the selling environment better, while the goal in selling is to make the sales from a customer. And so when you look at marketing, marketing is all about the consumers buy because of the brand first. So when someone may think of it like this, I want a Corvette. I want a Camaro. Why? Because that company has done a great job in marketing and branding that vehicle to make me want to go buy it, regardless of ever getting in it or driving it or anything else. They've done a great job in building the value of that vehicle prior to me ever getting on their lot. When you think of selling, is all about closing a customer through a one-on-one interaction. So if you currently represent a product or service, you could sell that product if you get in front of the individual, or you can do a good enough job in social media marketing through one-on-one interactions, and you can do that one at a time. Where marketing, I can address globally, I can address worldwide. So if you take, again, we'll go back to Walmart. If you're able to, through their concept, when they brand themselves, it's through the worldwide. They don't just target North Carolina or Pittsburgh or Australia or wherever they may be. They don't just target that one market. It's a global concept, and that's what really has made them such a huge success. But I want you to understand what the expert says. The expert says that they would agree that network marketing, which most of you that's on this call are probably a part of or associated with, is part of the direct selling concept, where products or services are offered on a one-by-one basis and sold directly to the salesperson, to the consumer. However, the two approaches are very different benefits to the salesperson. So when you think about network marketing, you have to understand, yes, my job is to do what? My job is to be caring and sharing. My product is to find out what your needs are. There's an old friend of mine shared with me one time called determining a person's buying motive. What gets them excited? What pumps them up? What is their hot trigger? And sometimes, my friends, you have to find out, and sometimes we have to just listen. And so when I'm sharing and I'm caring about a concept, a company, a product, I ask them a very simple opening question to them. I'll say, listen, what is it that I can do for you? What is it you're looking for, and why did you agree to meet with me or speak with me today? And then just listen. They'll tell you exactly what you need to use to close them to become a part of your team or to buy your product. So first of all, let's talk about direct sales. Direct sales companies are known as seller-based, which means they give more income to the distributor when he or she makes a sale at retail. Direct sale companies usually market higher ticket products, one-time sales, such as like, air purifiers, cookware, art, home accessories, car dealerships, you name it, anything that's got a high dollar value to it that you can sell, they'll mark that up in such a way that they can pay you a nice commission. But you really need to understand something about direct sales. And I want you to notice it at the very bottom of the screen. You're only as good as your last sale, meaning you might sell mobile homes, you might sell real estate, you might sell cars, you might sell cookware, you might sell anything, air purifiers, water purifiers, but you're only as good as that last sale. The minute that last sale is made and that commission is paid, you're broke again. Why? Because it's always about selling. You always have to be in that selling mode, and you're always trying to convince someone to buy your product or service. Then sometimes it puts you into a sense of, I refer to as probably urgent selling. Look, I got a house payment coming up. I got car payments coming up. I need to put groceries on the table. Now I'm no longer comfortable. I'm more forceful trying to get you to buy my product or service. Why? Because I need to make a sale because I'm broke again. So think about that when you're really thinking about the next time maybe you go to purchase a vehicle or a high dollar ticket item. You know, that person on the other end that's sharing this with you, who's caring with you, probably is going to be broke the minute they close that sale until their next sale. A little bit about my background. I own a company called Double D Security, which is an alarm company similar to ADP or ADT or CPI or something like that. And people say, why'd you get in that industry? Well, I got in that industry because I was able to give a home burglar alarm system. I was able to protect everything you love. And all we ask in return for you is to be able to cover the monitoring each month for the monitoring facility to monitor your home. And as a company, I was able to create and keep a little bit of each customer's monitoring each month, and been doing that since 2004. Why? Again, it's all about creating a sale of a product. It was about creating a brand and marketing myself. But at the end time, I really was creating network marketing. Why? Because those people who was using my products and services all of a sudden started telling their people about my products and services. And before you know it, I had been branding myself, and I no longer had to be a salesperson. I really was able to really start taking care of my customers and focus on the growth of that company. If you want to build a long-term residual income, you need to understand that network marketing is the only way that I'm really familiar with doing so, unless you have created a very large brand. And what I mean by that is, you know, again, we go back to this CPI or ADT. These folks took the time, made the investment, took the risk, and they built a brand. So they've created a residual income. Cell phone companies has done a fantastic job of this, and they've done such a good job at this that they continuously send you little updates to your phone and tell you need to update your phone. My friends, there's a reason they're doing this. Is because every time you send an update, you'll notice just about the time that you're getting your updates, they're coming out with a new phone. All of a sudden, this phone slows down, doesn't work as well. The battery's dying faster. Why? Because they need you to come buy the new phone. They understand recurring revenue because they're on the right side of it. And so many of us, my friends, are on the wrong side of recurring revenue, meaning we're paying it all out and we're not getting any in. Network marketing is still a form of selling, but the process begins with your warm market. Traditionally, you're going to share this concept with friends and family. And by doing so, you're going to be able to offer a product at a lower level up front. And the company's going to be able to pay a little lower level than a traditional direct selling company might pay on the sale of a product. Why? Because we're going to take a majority of that money that comes from the sale of that product, and we're going to put it back into the company's compensation plan. This rewards not only the company's compensation plan, but it rewards the management of the leadership of your tree, your sponsor tree. You know, so when you think about maybe hypothetically, I went this morning, I bought me a tea from Biscuitville. And boy, I'm doing good today about branding some companies for them. But because I bought this tea from Biscuitville, that was a one-time purchase. However, they have done such a good job at the branding, and they've done such a good job at the flavor of this product for me. I'm able to go buy this every day. However, just very few people will make any money off of me purchasing that. In network marketing, however, I may use and go purchase and fall in love with a product because the company has done a great job building a brand. They've done a fantastic job making me want this product before I can even get my hands on it, that I'm going to buy it regardless. Why? They really have created the product, they created a brand, they created the want, the desire. Now, someone has shared this with me. Now I make a purchase, I buy that product. Whoever shared it with me made a little money, not like they would if it was in direct sales. Why? Because direct selling is what? One-time commission traditionally. But because they made the time and took the time to share this concept with me, this product with me, I purchased it. They made a little money, and because they made a little money, then a portion of that product sales also went into the compensation plan. By going into the compensation plan, many people can get a portion of my purchase of that product, even though they had nothing to do with me making that decision. You know, I was sharing with a lady earlier, we was talking yesterday, who is from the United Kingdom, and I think today or Monday, she might be going to Hong Kong. All right. I have never met this lady personally. However, and this is just an example, she may go make a sale in Hong Kong, and she's going to make a little money when they join the team because she brand herself, she's brand the product, she's brand the service. But someone's in her tree, someone's in her book of business, and they're going to make a little money. They may not be in Hong Kong. They may not be in the United Kingdom. They may be in Raleigh, North Carolina. They may be in Columbia, South Carolina. And that's the value of network marketing, is understand it's about creating a relationship of a thing called residual income. So what is really the benefit? You can sponsor, you can also sponsor a downline, distributors throughout whatever product service you're offering. And that's kind of what I'm sharing with now. And because you're doing that, you're really creating lifetime customers. And again, what have they done? They have created a lifetime customer. I go there almost every day. And so that company's making money off of me every day. Well, for me and you, who is in the network marketing industry, we're creating lifetime customers as well. Why? Because we have shared and cared with someone our products or services. The product services have to sell themselves. They have to work. They have to be great. They have to be something I'm going to consume and use on a daily basis, and not just buy one time and never have to buy it again. And because I've done that, I've created a lifetime customer who's going to buy directly from the company. The company's going to do all the selling or all the shipping, all the customer service. I don't have to worry about any of that. But yeah, every time a customer that I've cared and shared with, or a customer they've cared and shared with, or a customer they've cared and shared with, no matter where they are in the world, I get a small piece of that puzzle. And what I really have done is I've created a residual income. So when you really go back and think to the concept, and I'm going to try to wrap this in a little pretty bubble for you, and I hope I'm not been too confusing. It's been too confusing for you. Is selling versus marketing, to me, in my opinion, both are extremely important. They both play a key role in your success. Why? Because a company wants customers. They want people who want to buy just the product and have no desire to be a part of a marketing plan. And you need to respect that. Why? You're happy that you have customers. Why? That creates that residual income on the retail side. And that's what you're looking for. That's what the company's looking for. Again, not everybody wants to build or do network marketing. And don't try to convince someone that they do. Why? Because you're only going to do what? You're only going to push them away. I remember years ago, a friend of mine was talking about this concept. He said, look, I'm the member of the NFL club. I thought for a moment, NFL, what has that got to do with network marketing? No friends left. My friends, he had done such a terrible job throughout his marketing career that he had pretty much scared everyone around him off. And by doing so, he no longer had a following, no longer had people that would trust him. So what I'm sharing with you is, listen, when you're sitting down with someone and you're sharing a concept about the product or service you're offering, What is it that my company can do for you? What is it that I can do for you? Try this on tomorrow morning when you wake up first thing in the morning. If you have a significant other with you, try this on, see how it works for you. Reach over or look over at your significant other and say, what can I do today to make your day better? And watch the reaction you're going to get. You're probably going to get, you're going to get blown away with the reaction. Well, the same concept comes is, what is it that my company can do to make your life better? Had opportunity yesterday to spend some quality time with a new leader in our company who just joined us yesterday, and known her for a couple of years. And we met at a local place called Panera Bread, and she understands the concept of residual income. She understands the concept of building a quality brand. And she joined us yesterday. Why? Because what is it my company could do for her? It offered her that walk away freedom that she's looking for from her traditional job. And I know she's recently, or just joined yesterday, she's already putting plans together, going to California to get us launched there. So that's truly the power of residual income. Why? Residual income is money that you earn from initial sale, but however, it is paid over and over and over each and every month. Again, I go back to, I purchased a cell phone. I'd have no clue how many years ago that I become a part of the ATT. And because I've become a part of their company, I've taken all my children through this concept of, and my wife and everything. And every month I pay a cell phone bill. And every month they get recurring revenue off of me. Well, that same concept comes here. When you sell your products and services in traditional network marketing, you're not just doing direct sales. I mean, you're not just making that one-time commission off an air purifier or water purifier or something like that. You're creating a residual income. But why? Because they're buying a product and service each and every month. They're using and consuming that product and services each and every month. And that's what makes this type of network marketing a success for so many people. So I really, in closing, want to ask you, what's your why? What is it that gets you excited about this industry? What is it that drives you in this industry? What is it that you get up for each morning? Because friends, life's going to pass us by if we're not real careful. I love sharing with someone, one day you're 20 and you have no cares in the world. You're like, whatever, so I can remember being stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And I can remember a guy coming into my home and sitting down on a sofa with me and my wife. We were young. We'd just been married a couple of years. And he's telling me about buying this this life insurance policy where I'm going to pay so much a month for 20 years. And at the end of the 20 years, I'm never going to pay nothing else. And that's going to cover itself. By the time I'm 60, I'll have over $1 million in cash value. I thought, I ain't worried about that kind of stuff. Well, guess what, my friends? 20 turned into 30, turned into 40, turned into 50, and soon I'll be 60 years old. And I would have that $1 million plus cash asset sitting in the bank. We don't think like that. When you think about people, really they fall into 5 categories. And you can determine where you fall at. There's the very poor. And we don't prejudge anyone. You want to help everyone, but there's the very poor. These people really think day to day. They're not sure how they're going to eat tomorrow. Then there's the poor. These people really live paycheck to paycheck. And if they was to lose a paycheck, they're about 2 weeks away from starvation or having to beg somebody to help them. You got the middle class people, which the majority of the people live in. And these people live month to month. Unfortunately, a lot of times they run out of what? They run out of money before they run out of month. Then you got the wealthy, and then you got the rich. And you can reverse them in any direction you want. The wealthy and the rich, think year to year or decade to decade. It's really where it falls into you. So find out what your why is. Determine what it is you want out of the company that you currently represent. And then create a brand of yourself and create a brand of the company that works and detail it and tailor it around you. You can't be a Dr. Joe. You can't be a Danny Storie. You can't be whoever it is that you're associating yourself with. You have to be the very best of you. Then you become a messenger. What is a messenger? Simply someone who points and directs someone to go look at the products or services that you're sharing. Folks, I know that this seemed like a lot of information, but the bottom line comes to is, why are you looking, or why are you currently a part of the network marketing industry? Simply put, it's about creating a walk-away residual income that truly buys you the most valuable thing you can have, which is time freedom. I love it when it's said that, look, I'm broke, man. I fight every day to try to get from being broke. And then I talk to people who have become wealthy, and they'll tell you that, they fought every day to become wealthy. They had failure after failure, and they went backwards and they went backwards only to fight forward. But the question then really comes down to, if being broke is hard and becoming wealthy is hard, which hard are you going to fight for? I decided many years ago that nobody was going to tell Danny Storie what he could do, when he could do it, who he could do it with, and nobody was going to dictate the outcome of my income. So I created a brand. And the brand simply is this: who controls the outcome of your income? The answer should be you do. But in reality, in life, someone else controls your income. Someone else will dictate the house you live in, the car you live in, the number of vacations you take. Someone else will control how much groceries you buy each week. Someone else will control what events your children gets to take activities in and stuff like that. Why? Because they control your income. They buy you for wholesale. They sell you for retail. They're living in their dream home and driving their dream cars. Why? They are fighting for their wealth, and they understand the concept of keeping you broke. Why do you think that your education system doesn't teach children about financial freedom? Why do you think they don't teach children about, most schools don't even teach them how to fill out a checkbook? Why? It's about keeping them broke. Why do you think colleges allow you to go to school and to go on debt? Why? To keep you broke. Why do you think credit cards are so quick to give you free money? Keep you broke. Why a lot of times do you think you can go in and buy a car simply with your signature on a piece of paper? It's to keep you broke. It's to keep you in debt. It's to keep you depending on a job and never about a quality of life. My friends, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll work till the day you die. Think about that. See, folks, when I go to bed at night, I have people on my team in all parts of the world. They're sharing and caring while I'm sleeping. There's people buying products and services while I'm sleeping. Why? Because I have websites working for me. I have the company doing the marketing for me. They've created a brand and a following for me. I simply am the messenger. And because I've done that, I control the outcome of my income. If I want to give myself a pay raise, I just work a little bit more. I care a little bit more. I share a little bit more. And before you know it, I've gave myself a pay raise. My friends, you're born into this world looking like your mom and dad. You've heard me say this many times before. You're going to leave this old world looking like the decisions you make throughout your life. Make the right decisions. Make it so that when you walk out of a room, people say, man, that person it gives me cold chills. They're always so positive, always so excited. Don't be that person when they walk out of the room, they're like, thank God they're gone. Or don't be that person when they're having a family reunion or a family get together and they hear you're coming, they're like, oh no. Be positive. Also remember, there's a time and a place for everything. Sometimes when you come around, don't talk about your business to your family and your friends. Just be yourself. Be happy. They'll ask you, how's things going? Hey, well, I heard you was doing something this. They'll ask you. Let them ask you. Then you ask them that simple question again. What is it that my company could do for you? I hope you got a little bit out of this again, and I hope I didn't bore you absolutely to death on this beautiful Saturday. And as always, make sure that you follow us and keep up with us and let us know what we can do to help you. So in closing, as I end each and every presentation, until the day our paths may cross, may your days be blessed and prosperous. Good day. God bless. And that ends our presentation. Thank you so much for caring and sharing and joining us today. My name is Danny Storie, aka Coach Storie, and I look forward to the day our paths may cross. Thank you and God bless.